I was so excited this morning to have proper speakers in my car that I went out and did car stuff without filming. So shame on me, but I only did one door speaker. So what I did is I went out, I got speaker wire, and I started wiring my door speakers just with fresh new wires because they were having issues, and I figured why not try to eliminate all possible issues. So I did one door so I can show you what I did and then just do it on the other door and you guys get to see it. Pretty simple. I just pulled the door panel off, pull the speaker out, put some new wire in. The tricky part was getting the wire to go through the little rubber grommets, and then I just kind of zip tied it to the existing wire that comes through here, pulled up the carpet, ran it down through here, and it's just gonna go under the carpet in the back seat to the other side where the amp will be located. I should be a pro now since I've already done this once, right? I remember the first time I ever took off one of the door panels in an S13, it was so confusing to me. Where now it's like second nature, I've just done this so many times. There's one little screw right here, one screw right here, one screw in here. There's like a little snap ring around the window pull. It can be kind of tricky to get off, but this comes out. No screws here, this just snaps out. And voila! Then you can just release. Kind of annoying working in the car with the cage because I have to sit all awkward like. So we'll take out the speaker now, just 4 little Phillips screws. There she comes. Which looks like it's going to be a bit more tricky since I have the glove box kind of blocking some of my way over here. There's something about like wiring speakers that I really enjoy. I don't know if it's just because it's like relatively easy and hard to mess up, since I tend to mess up like everything I work on, but I like it. Alright, so now I'm just pulling up these little trim pieces so I can get the wire underneath the carpet. These are super easy. They're just like little Phillips things that pull out with a little plug. I was stupid and didn't get the rear speaker brackets painted when I had the cage painted, so I'm probably just going to clean these up and try to spray them black real quick since these kind of go in like this. Eventually I want to put speakers up there in that hole, but for now I am just going to paint these and wire them in back. Just trying to clean up the surface, that way when I hit them with paint, the paint will actually stick instead of just sitting on dirt and grime. The power cable running through the firewall, it's obviously not connected to anything yet, but I have that and the speaker wire that are both running underneath the carpet, and I have them just kind of laying back there for now until we get the amp and the subwoofer in. That way I can just kind of do everything at once back there. My car's running super cool with the new Mishimoto race fans, but I'm gonna switch it over to water and water wetter since we never reach freezing temperatures in Florida and cars tend to run about 10 to 20 degrees cooler with it. I'm happy with it, and Nicole's car made a difference, so I'm gonna switch my car over to it. So quick coolant flush before the event. Oh yeah, I'm going drifting today. I don't know if I mentioned that. I started stressing out because we were running out of time and we were about to be late to the event, so I got into my super hyper focus mode and I kind of stopped filming. So I'm sorry about that. Basically what we did was throw the entire car back together. All the interior panels were off because we were wiring the speakers and everything. Did a coolant flush, filled it up with water wetter, and pardon the sudden jump to the track, but like I said, I didn't really film that much. So let's go to the track.
Follow the smoke.
I think those are clouds.
Oh, are those clouds? I thought they were drip smoke.
On filming, but I'm at the track. I did a couple runs and Alberto was filming, so I'm gonna put those runs in now. I missed the skid pad session, which kind of stinks, so I'm just on the oval for a while, but okay.
We're out at the oval racetrack again at OSW. Adam is about to go to the oval first and he's gonna try out the car. What are you doing? That's not the built-in zoom function. You see that? He tried running me over.
4 runs and I went through a brand new set of tires. That's why I don't like the oval. Just 3rd gear plus really, really like grippy pavement that's jagged. Not fun, but I get to go on a skip pad now, which is sick. Stoked. Out because my brake pedal started feeling really funny and I thought maybe there was a fire again, so like we ran out of the car with a fire extinguisher, and it turns out that the heat destroyed my brake booster.
So you finally installed a heat shield for your master cylinder, but now you need a heat shield for your heat shield because now the brake booster is the one that went bad, not the brake master. So you're not boiling your fluid anymore, or you weren't boiling the fluid anyways, but you're protecting the master, but now the brake booster went bad, so now we need to replace the brake booster.
Or we could just go right-hand drive. I'm just kidding.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because it'd move it over there.
Or you can install some like nice racing pedals, something they put a brake booster.
No, I like my vacuum assisted brakes. It probably didn't help though that's like a brake booster that's been sitting in Marco's yard for like years in a crappy shell, so we'll get a new one this time. Today was mainly just to absolutely beat the crap out of my car to find any possible thing that could go wrong, so it doesn't go wrong in the summer and it goes wrong now. So my brake booster went, I had a friend drive my car and the e-brake rod bent, so we got to replace that. All in all though, the car seems pretty set. I might do a retune just to fix the kind of like braking up at constant throttle. Other than that though, I'm really happy with it. New lower control arms feel great, drove well, good power. Although, one thing that I noticed is, at least for here, I need to run less grippy tires because my car is just pulling away from everyone, and like when I'm following, my car's either bogging or I'm clutch kicking and gaining on people too fast. So I think I'm gonna like get some less grippy compound tires for situations like this. But for solo runs, I love having a lot of grip.
You hear that, guys? Happy wife, happy life.
Matt killed it tonight. I don't know if Nicole got any footage of Matt driving.
on my phone.
My car's alignment is off for some reason, and now it's pulling super far to the right. Super very annoying. I'll have to look at that later.
Matt drank an 8-pack of Gatorades today.
I was so thirsty. It was hot. It was like 102.
Water.
TGI Fridays, hooray. This past week, the garage has kind of turned into my work environment, and I absolutely love it because I like kind of wake up, get my morning routine done, like do some stuff on the computer. Then when I open up the door to the garage, I got my camera, I got some coffee, and then that's when I start getting rolling on the S13, trying to get it prepped for this summer. Last night, a friend was driving my car, and this little rod that goes to the master cylinder, it's kind of hard to show you, but it bent. So I'm gonna see if I can take this one off, because believe it or not, you can actually like remove it with a C-clip instead of replacing the whole master. So I'm gonna take it off and see if a spare one that I have will actually match the same size. As you guys can see, this little bolt rod, whatever you want to call it here, is definitely seen better days. So what we're gonna do is take my spare master that I have, pretty cool, right? Convenient, and hope that this little rod inside here matches the one on this. First, I have to check to see if it threads into this. All right, so we're off to a good start. Now let's see what it looks like on the inside. I have no idea why, but I love this tool. I think they're called a C-clip tool or something like that. They're sick. I really like them, and every time I use it, I'm like, wow, who invented this? Such a great tool. I love it. My fancy little tool in there. Compress the clip, pull it out. And they look the same. That's great. I had a conference call, so I couldn't film it, but I got the e-brake all fixed, really easy. Next thing I'm gonna do, I don't know if you guys saw, I put one light in, but I kind of did it an illegitimate way, and I'll explain why. So if you look at the bumper, there's the hole for the side marker light, but there's none in the fender. And most bumpers actually come down here, and they just blend way better, and they don't have this like weird gap. And I think I'm gonna switch to one of those bumpers eventually. So I don't wanna drill a hole in my fender because then that'll just be a hole there and I don't wanna run side markers. So what I did on the other light is basically just trimmed off the back of this and then double-sided adhesive it on just to cover up the hole. So I'm gonna do that on this one too. Definitely not the most legitimate way to do things, but it works. So I've got it all trimmed now and it'll fit kind of just like this. Now I'll just peel off this foam and replace it with some 3M tape. One trick that I learned with working with 3M tape, it can be very difficult to peel it, and sometimes it doesn't like to stick. So before I use it on anything, I take a heat gun, and I like to just kind of heat it up a little bit, and then what it does is it makes it stick a little bit better, and it starts to peel up the red, so then you don't have to waste your time with your finger for like an hour. The heat gun did all that peeling for me. All done. You can barely tell that there's no bulb in it either because my car's a light color. It must be weird to some people how they can like see me working on the same car every single day and always just constantly fixing stuff when you might have a car that like never needs to be fixed other than maybe like an oil change every couple of thousand miles or whatever. But I think one thing that people don't really understand is drifting is one of the most abusive sports for cars, because think about it. You're like sitting at red line and you're sideways, so you're not really getting that much airflow. Everything is getting jostled side to side. You're working the maximum out of these cars. You're clutch kicking, like the whole transmission, the whole drivetrain is getting a crazy amount of wear. So that's why there's always stuff that's wrong. As for my brake booster going out, I think that was just heat. So we create excessive heat and it doesn't really cool down. Of course, that's not good. I mean, we got blow by. I gotta figure out what's going on with my catch can, why my catch can's leaking. Just always stuff, you know. People also forget that these cars are super old. Like this is a 1989, so it's normal to have gaskets going bad or seals, rubber wearing out, having leaks. So it definitely requires a bit more maintenance than, let's say, a newer Mini or BMW. Well, actually, I don't know about BMWs. They're a whole nother ballgame. Sorry guys that I missed an upload yesterday. We just decided today to take a chill day. So randomly, spur of the moment, we decided to start cleaning out our back room. I don't know if you guys remember what this room used to look like, but let's just say you couldn't see the carpet before.
I know, I wish you filmed it before.
Yeah, I definitely should have, but I got in the zone. Nicole and I were having fun together, so I decided today I just wasn't really gonna pull out the camera much.
We did a lot.
Yeah, we did. Built this little shoe rack to just put some stuff for the time being. Got some of the old bike stuff that I wanna hang up. Got all my old helmets in here. I really want to make this room like a super cool studio. Just there's so many other projects going on that I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do it, but at least now it's getting organized so it doesn't look like a complete pigsty. So we got takeout, it was a lot of fun, and now we're gonna actually go try to play a little bit of Call of Duty. We don't really have much time because it's starting to get late, and this video is actually gonna turn into a 3-day video because I wanna show you guys the speaker setup with the amplifier and that like hideaway subwoofer underneath the car, but it's really late and I don't wanna turn up the stereo loud to show you guys how it sounds because that'll probably wake up the neighbors, that's how good it sounds.
They might honestly be okay though that you missed a day because this one's like a lot longer because you got so much more in it.
Yeah, but the YouTube algorithms aren't okay with it. I can never say algorithms. Every time it comes out different.
Algorithms or logarithms? I'm
gonna start calling it the alga lizards. So the way that YouTube works, it rewards creators that have daily active users. So if I don't upload every single day and you guys don't watch a video every single day, then my videos do less well because they show up on less people's feeds. It's the inner brain of YouTube, but I feel like it's common knowledge at this point. Anyway, interesting fact, I will see you guys tomorrow and show you all the stuff in the car, but by tomorrow I don't mean this video's ending. I mean it's just gonna fade out to black and then I'll be talking in the garage with like a bright sunny attitude and coffee. It's a new day. I don't know if I would say my attitude is sunny. Maybe it's a little cloudy, and maybe that's because I haven't made my coffee yet. I always make the mistake of like procrastinating making coffee when it really makes me so much more productive. So I should just do it right from the get-go, right? So I want to show you guys the speaker setup that we did. Basically, I wired all of the speaker wires, the RCA, the remote from the head unit, and I got the power wires kind of run, and then Alberto came over, we got into a rush, and he helped me finish off like kind of dialing in the amp and the subwoofer, like getting the right settings, plugging everything in, and it works, and it sounds really good. So I'm gonna show you kind of how it looks, explain the few things that I didn't cover, and then I'll do a quick sound demo. So we have what I believe is a 600 watt kicker amp that's mounted behind the seat just with some self-tapping screws. There's actually only 2 speaker wires here right now because I'm only using the 2 door speakers. So those other wires are actually the inputs for the powered subwoofer that unfortunately aren't RCA, they're just supposed to come off like a powered signal source. We got the power cable which has an inline fuse underneath the hood. The ground goes kind of like over here. There's like a little bolt for the seat bolt. That's a good grounding point. And the remote turn on goes to the head unit and everything else is pretty self-explanatory. And then the powered sub is over here, fits perfectly behind the seat. I'd say my only complaint at the moment, which I should have time to fix pretty soon, is it kind of like bowed the carpet up, which used to fit nicely around my master back here and looks super clean, but that's easy enough to fix in the future. Like I said, we were just kind of in a rush. I don't know how to properly demo speakers for a video, so I mean, I'll do my best, but I mean, I feel like it's gonna sound the same to you guys no matter what. I'm gonna play some of my friend Aiden's music just because it isn't copyrighted and I'll be able to actually like show you guys. So my biggest thing that I like about these speaker setups is now I can turn the volume up as high as I want and the speakers don't really get kind of fuzzy. These speakers can handle like 60 watts RMS, and from what Alberto said, it's better to have an amp that's way overkill and not be like pushing it to its max than to have like a low watt amp and then be pushing it to its max because that's when speakers sound bad. So I can like turn it up full blast and it never sounds weird. Listen. It's very loud. So what I'll do now, I feel like the best way to kind of demonstrate the power of the subwoofer would be to just turn the subwoofer up obnoxiously loud so you can actually hear it over the sound. So I'll turn it up loud and then go out of the car so you guys can hear it like wobble or whatever you like to hear it do. It rattles. I don't know if you can hear the bass. So I think for a powered subwoofer that's that tiny, definitely impressed with what it can do. It's nothing like the 212s I used to have in my BMW, but it adds like an element to this car that it didn't have. I actually want to put like bigger speakers in those holes, so I think that'll help kind of like fill up the sound a little bit too, because these front speakers can't really handle any bass at all. But my only complaint about it is I'm not used to feeling bass underneath my seat, so when I'm driving on the road, it felt like my exhaust was rattling or something was wrong because I'm so not used to like feeling the vibrations almost exclusively underneath my seat. So in retrospect, I almost wish I put it somewhere else or like put it under Nicole's seat or something, because it's kind of weird. But the speakers sound really good. I'm happy that I can listen to music now and actually hear it like through my helmet or through my car at freaking super loud sound decibels. I don't know if I'm gonna end up putting those rear speakers in, because even with the painted brackets, they still look kind of funny, especially like in my nice interior. I don't really think they'd make that big of a difference, so I might just wait till I get better speakers. But anyway, guys, I am really sorry that I missed the upload the other day. I might miss one tomorrow because today's Memorial Day and I'm gonna be spending time with Nicole's family and stuff. So I really hope you enjoyed this longer video. It's kind of fun. I like this video a lot for some reason. I know we don't like my own videos, so you know, this suck. I'm just kidding. Bye guys.
When you said